All right, everybody. We are live in Detroit for Motor City Pride. Joni is here with me. We're not on Zoom today. We are here together. How do you feel, Joni?
Oh my gosh, I feel so awesome. This is just fabulous to do a live show in Detroit. Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
And we are at the beautiful Athenaeum Hotel. And of course, Motown music is playing above us. And this is such a spectacular hotel, beautiful setting, not far from Hart Plaza, where we're going to have 2 days of book signings at
Yes.
Motor City Pride with thousands and thousands of people in a sea of rainbow joy. And we're here to promote our book, Joyously Free: Stories and Tips to Live Your Truth as LGBTQ plus people, parents, and allies by Elizabeth Ann Atkins and Joni Lindenmeyer. We are so excited. The book came out on June 1st in time for Pride Month. And now we are going to have 2 days of book signings at Motor City Pride. So if you're in Detroit or the metro area, please, or the Midwest for that matter,
Yes.
please join us. We're going to have a ball. There's going to be music and people and celebration and vendors like us. So how do you feel being here, Joni?
Fantastic, fantastic. And we are in booth number 150, which is behind the stage. And I know already from the people I've met the last couple times, Grady is coming and Chris is coming, and hopefully some of the staff here at the hotel. I'm on the 9th floor. I have this incredible view. It's just unbelievable. But behind us, there's Corey and there's Darnell and Leo, the manager, and Christina helped me get this whole thing set up. And thanks to Elizabeth, she booked this for me. I have to tell you, I had booked a Comfort Inn, and she said, "No way, you're not staying there." So now I feel like I'm really an elite author with these guys here. It's just amazing. And I just want to thank everybody for reading the books and ordering the books and letting us know, because it's an us book, letting us know what your thoughts are about it. I've received a couple text messages already, and people are saying, "Oh, I'm on chapter 2 and I'm on chapter 3, and it's phenomenal."
Yeah.
So
It is. So wait, just to clarify, the Comfort Inn is fine. It's just the location was far from the city center. Now Joni's in the
yes.
heart of the city with all the walking distance restaurants. She went to the bakery this morning in
Oh my God.
Greek Town, and we're going to go touring around today and having a ball and visiting the Detroit Public Library because listen, everywhere Joni goes, she's never met a stranger. Of course, she walked into the Detroit Public Library and somehow met the person who's in charge of book acquisitions. So we're going to go there to make sure they carry our books.
Coley Summers, he's the manager. He's expecting us this afternoon, and we can sign and donate books. They already have 2 Pride shelves of where the Pride books can go. So hopefully our book, of course, Joyously Free and None Better will both go on their bookshelf for Pride. I'm so excited about that because the more people that have access to it, the more hearts get touched, Elizabeth. That's what it's about to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So Joni is touching lives across the city. She went to the beautiful Detroit Institute of Arts, which is a world-class museum. If you ever come here, please go to the DIA. It is spectacular.
Yes.
And of course, she met people everywhere. She even met Madam C.J. Walker's granddaughter or
Yes.
great-granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
The first Black
Camille,
millionaire,
Camille.
Camille. Oh my gosh. She just,
Yes.
and then we went, okay, the Michigan Central train station, which was a global symbol of urban blight for decades, was purchased by Ford Motor Company. And last night there was an extravaganza concert, and we went to a party, and Diana Ross performed, and Eminem, and some people performed Bob Seger, which I was on Seventh Heaven with that one. And Joni was dancing. Jelly Roll. He did a great job. And Melissa Etheridge.
Yes. Oh my God, Melissa, because I just saw her in Oregon a month ago with Kennette and Jill and Mary, and that was just so fun. And she was just up there doing her thing, and that's lesbian territory right there. Woo-hoo.
Well, it was a very inclusive program last night.
Yes, it was.
So that was exciting. And so we had a ball, and Joni got to meet my friends.
Yes.
And I can see my friend Lee Thomas on Fox 2 right now on the TV. Yeah, he's a dear friend of mine. He's so talented. He reviews movies for Fox 2.
So let's see. I met Kevin and oh boy, I'm trying to remember.
Rice.
Rich Rice. Oh, Rich Rice is incredible. Yeah. Rich and Kevin and Lauren, Alyssa. Oh, the funny thing was I sat on this bench, everybody, and I got splinters on my pants and I got onto my butt. And so we have a picture of Alyssa trying to pick the splinter out of my pants. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. And no, I don't drink, so that it was not a drunk issue at all. No, no, no.
No,
Just fun.
but we had a ball. It was a brewery in Corktown,
Yes.
and it was phenomenal. And Joni just meets all these people, and she just brought them up to me, introducing. Now I have new friends through Joni, who was a complete stranger in our town. But again, you've never met a stranger.
Yes.
So let's talk about.
Can I talk about one more place I've been today?
Yeah, yeah.
I went to the Episcopal Church headquarters here in Detroit.
Look at this. That's looking at.
Oh, okay. Instead of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at
Okay.
the green dot.
Okay,
That's
look at the
camera.
green dot. So today, this morning, I went to the Episcopal Church headquarters, dropped off both books, and they will go to Bishop Bonnie Perry. But before she gets back in town, the staff, who are also Episcopalians, will be at Pride in their booth number 135. And so it was so fun to share these and autograph these with my new church family, my new spiritual family, my new family that's all about Jesus and God and giving to life to other people. And that's what we're doing. Lots of joy.
Yes, yes, yes. Phenomenal, phenomenal. So we have a theme today. Every Friday we go live, and we have for like 11 months now, talking about everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a great book. Because I'm a publisher and Joni's book coach. I coached her to write None Better in 5 months. We published it within a year, which was crazy. Don't recommend that. But she's been a dynamo promoting her book. And the reason is that she's willing to invest the time, energy, and resources into travel and meeting people everywhere. Didn't you sell a book at the airport the other day?
Yes, yes. I carry them in my backpack and I'm just so excited to share. And it's like handing out a cookie platter. You know, it's like, would you like a cookie? Would you like a book? Would you like a cookie? Would you like a book? And if they say yes, fabulous. If they say no, some of them say not now. Some of them would like a card. Some of them want to go on to Amazon or onto the Two Sisters website where they can order it. And so it's their choice. And we just talk about life. And I travel with my chrism oil, my blessing oil. And so sometimes people want to know about the Healing Religious Hurts book, which is coming out October 1st. And so I ask if what their relationship is with their spirituality. And sometimes I get the oil out and I get to bless their forehead. That happened last night at the brewery. I love it. I love it. You know, hearts get touched.
So she did me and she did my friend, and he was brought to tears because it was just so beautiful. Like, who does that? Who blesses you at an event, you know? And she did me and our female friend as well. And it was so, so touching. And everybody, you touch everybody's lives like that. And then the beautiful thing about having books is you touch people's lives around the world that you'll never meet in person.
That's so true. That's so true. And they can reread and rethink and reflect all those things over and over again. Yes.
Yeah. So, Joni, let's talk about how you have the energy and the vision to plan all the things that you do, because after here, you're off to multiple states for different Pride events.
And cities. Yes, multiple states and cities. How do I have the energy? Well, I think a lot of it comes back to my family heritage that we're Lindenmeyers, very, very happy people anyway. And we always find the best in everybody. And so that's an easy kind of thing. I'm so much like my dad. If you knew my dad, you're going, oh my gosh, Joni's the epitome of her father. But where do I really get that joy and that strength? I think it comes from my prayer and my belief and just my whole outlook of my religious perspective that life is to be lived and joyfully and to share our stories and our paths and our journeys. And I just get really psyched up and happy about that. So that's where that comes from. In terms of planning the events, I like to make phone calls. I'd like to meet people face to face, and that leads to somebody. And would you like to have a book event? Would you like to host one? You know, we could do this together. It would be so much fun. And I guess that's where it just goes. And I don't know. How do I do it?
It's remarkable. It's great. But you're exemplary in terms of an author. Like, you're not a famous person,
No.
so you don't have a huge platform that you can just automatically, activate your or alert your million followers on TikTok yet. Because she does have a TikTok at Joni Lindenmeyer. But, you know, if you have that kind of platform, it's easy to promote. But hers is more organic and grassroots and guerrilla at some time. And she said, I'm going to set up a book signing here in the lobby. I said, okay, that's a guerrilla marketing tactic, but it works, you know? Yeah, yeah.
Well, and it helps because, you know, I have Catherine and Elizabeth from Two Sisters Writing, and they do all this groundwork. I mean, a podcast 10 or 11 months in a row every week, that just blows me away, you know, but it's surrounding myself with that team once again. And Catherine, my financial wizard and my planners, we just got okayed for the Medford Pride on the 22nd of June.
Medford, Oregon.
Medford, Oregon on the 22nd of June. Prior to that, Crescent City Pride which is in
California.
Yep. That's on the 15th. So let me see if I can do this. It was Brookings, Detroit, Crescent City, Medford. That's the 4 weekends in June. And then July, I'll be driving to San Diego with my very, very dear friend Maggie, and we'll be attending She Fest. I won't have a booth at She Fest, but we'll be attending. I have a book launch at their Lunch and Learn on June 17th. And then Pride in San Diego is 2 days, similar to Detroit, June 20th and 21st. 365,000 supposed to go there. Yes, and Michael Martin and along with many other contributors are joining me at all these events. And that's the really cool thing, because it's an hour book. It's an hour book. And so then I come back and I have Coos Bay, Oregon, and Eugene, Oregon. And then we have Ashland, Oregon on October 5th. And then the last and final one, well, maybe not the final one, I don't know, but November 2nd and 3rd, Palm Springs, California. Oh my gosh. Oh
That
my
sounds
gosh.
amazing.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, two sisters. Thank you, Elizabeth and Catherine.
You're welcome. It's so exciting because our brand is all about promoting diverse voices, and Joni certainly is part of that in a big way. So we're really proud of this book, and this book is so solid. And at Motor City Pride, we're going to have 3 of our contributors, Charles Pugh, Anthony Bevan Martinez, and Rodney Howell. 3 of our local contributors will be with us to autograph their stories in the book. So you get to meet them. And Joni had the local contributors in Oregon last weekend, in Brookings, Oregon, her town, to autograph their pages. And she brought them on stage. She lit it up. She talked about the origins of Pride, and it was 69 when the Stonewall riot was in New York. And then the following years when Pride began to sort of counteract that hate.
Yes.
And
unify the gay community at that time, because we were so criminalized and people were being fired and people were being hurt, physically hurt. And so we had to come together as a people to support each other and to be there, because that's where you have the unity. That's where you have the power and the strength, is to be together and united. But Pride is equal rights. It's equal rights for everybody. The rainbow flag, which is all about diversity, just accepting and celebrating everybody's diversiveness, which reminds me, as you go through the book, each chapter has the contributor's name and their page number and their title. It was so fun in Brookings. I got to read their page number, their title of their story, and it was applause from all the people in the audience. It was just beautiful. So I'm looking forward to meeting Charles and Rodney and Anthony. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited about that. And there's other contributors around the United States too, but they won't be here this weekend, but maybe we'll see them at another event. Why not?
Absolutely. So exciting. So this has been a big collaboration, me and Joni writing our portions, and then all of our contributors, and it's going to be the same for Healing Religious Hurts. So I have another announcement. We have had almost 11 months of this live every Friday, but now we are doing an audio version of this podcast. We now have uploaded 3 episodes so far onto wherever you get your podcasts. So it's me and Joni live, Elizabeth Ann Atkins, Joni Lindenmeyer, everything you need to know to write, publish, and promote a book. It's under the Two Sisters brand. So look for that, because if you like to listen to podcasts and not watch here on YouTube on the Two Sisters channel, you can now listen and share it with everybody, because every week we've talked about everything: how to edit, how to outline, how to promote, how to stay in a fun zone, because it's hard work.
How to get through the struggles, how to get through the downtimes when you're writing, a lot of how-tos, and not just the how-tos, but the why. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. So right now, let's talk about the why we're here. Why are we here?
We are here to spread joy, to help people to read a book that will inspire, uplift, challenge, encourage them, and affirm them as an LGBTQ person, as an ally, as a parent, all the above. You will actually gain, this is like a self-help book. You will gain real tips so that in certain circumstances, you can look at these tips and say, I could use that in this situation or this scenario. They are real tips. We're not just making them up. They're from Elizabeth, they're from myself, they're from the contributors, and they will really help people understand LGBTQ and how to be a better ally. I'm so excited about this, because it's going to change hearts and lives. And it's just perfect timing with where our world is and our United States is. Again, equal rights, diversity.
Yes, I love that. Speaking of, I just noticed that when we touch the table, it vibrates the screen. So we're doing like earthquake cam. So I apologize to all of you viewers who see shaky cam. Really sorry about that. But we're now not touching the table. So the screen,
that's our high energy.
yeah, we have a lot of energy here, and Joni has more energy than 15 people in one. So, yeah, so we're not going to touch this. Sorry about that, everybody, if it was making you dizzy. So we've got 1,000 copies of Joyously Free right now, and we intend to sell them all at Pride this weekend. And there's Catherine, our editor.
Oh my God. We are the three sisters.
Joni was a sister as a Catholic nun. Come back.
Please.
So Catherine edited our book. She's a brilliant writer herself. She's author of the Veronica series, young adult series about a biracial girl. And Catherine is super duper smart and wise. What was it like editing our book, Catherine?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I wrote the prologue. So if anyone picks the book up and says, "What is this book? Is this book for me?" The prologue answers that question.
Yeah, because Catherine really likes clarity. She's also a really brilliant financial advisor. So she deals with numbers, and numbers are super straight and to the point. So she needs the words to be that. No, that direct. Sorry
like
about
that
that
word better.
Joni. Sorry. Okay. So Catherine's like, we need something at the beginning of the book to say, who is this for? What is this book? Because it's very unique. It's very solid, full of very solid guidance and resources and stories and tips that can provide solid guidance for anybody who needs it, people who are LGBTQ plus, as well as parents and allies. So we have lots of resources. It's very much a self-help book, but it's a big burst of joy. And that's why we chose the cover design with these bursting rainbow colors. Thank you, Catherine. She likes to stay behind the scenes and just be the brilliant wizard guiding us, right, Joni?
Oh, the business guru. Couldn't have done this without her. Oh my gollies. Yes.
Well, we did a whole show some months back about how the business side of writing is so imperative to understand from the beginning because there's income, there's expenses, there's taxes, there's investment in buying the books and going to prides and travel. It's all about money and you have to budget. Most people just say, well, I'm going to write a book and they don't understand the financial scope. Can you talk about that for a hot second?
Oh my gollies. Well, I think many of you know that Carol and I had a mobility van. And when she passed away, when she died and went to heaven, then what do I do with this mobility van? Well, I sold it for $12,200. And would you believe that was exactly the amount of money that funded this book? And so it was like, thanks be to God. And every time I open this page, I think of that being having the finances for that. And so it paid for the business cards, it paid for the coaching, it paid for the book orders, it pays for the gas in my tank, it pays for the lodging. And I'm so grateful to Joyce and Scott and Medford who always house me, and Greg and Brian and my sister Gail. Wherever I go, so many people house me and feed me, which really, really helps me. And so, you try to find these avenues that work for you within your budget. And I still am an envelope kind of person. I guess that's a nun thing. And so I have so much money in my envelope and it's like, okay, I know I can use this much for this dinner or this much for this bakery or, I'm not a wealthy woman that way, but I'm a wealthy woman in other ways. And that's what means the most to me. But you do want to be really, really smart about it. And Catherine has been my guiding map for this. Oh my gosh, we talk about things all the time and she's so wise. She's so wise. You're so blessed to have a sister like that. Oh my gollies.
I know. I say thank you, God, like a million times a day for everything. So gratitude. Gratitude will guide your writing journey as well. And things are jumping in this lobby now. So we hope you can hear us very clearly on the microphone. But yeah, having a strategy that includes a financial output and also calculating your your income,
Yes.
your book from book sales and speaking events. You can get a speaking event and get paid for that and sell
Yes.
books. So you have two streams of it. Yes.
I've done that. Oh my gosh, I did 2 speaking events that they actually paid me for it. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing.
So you're touching lives, you're selling books, and you're getting paid to speak.
Yes. And how can that be any better, huh? How can that be any better? I guess maybe a movie. That's what your mom is doing.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, maybe that's the next thing. What do you think, everybody? Should I do a None Better, Joyously Free, Healing Religious Hurts movie all put in one? Or maybe it should be a series. It could be a series on TV, not just a movie. Oh, hey, throw out your ideas. That's what bursts. When the juices are going, it just bursts with ideas. And if it's meant to be, God will take care of it.
Yes, yes, yes. So we'd love to hear your comments here on the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing YouTube channel. Or if you're listening to the audio version, please drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. You can also contact Joni at Joni Lindenmeyer on Facebook. You can contact me on Facebook at Two Sisters Writing and Publishing. You can also go to twosisterswriting.com and email me there. You can drop a comment here on YouTube or wherever you're listening. And Joni also has TikTok, which is Joni Lindenmeyer. So
Elizabeth, could you explain how does somebody do that? Somebody asked me that. How do they go online to have this come up every week as a weekly podcast? What do they click on? How do they
great
actually do it?
question. You subscribe to the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing channel. So when you're on YouTube and you go to a channel, you can click subscribe and you can also click the notification bell. It looks like a little bell icon. And then every time we go live, they're going to get an email that says book talks live on YouTube right now.
Wow.
So they need to please subscribe right now. And please also like, share, and comment because that boosts us in the algorithm on YouTube that shows us to more people. You know how you have a feed on YouTube where it feeds you stuff? Like you might like this. It's based on what you've liked, commented on, and watched. And so it helps us to reach more people if you're engaged by commenting, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Amazing question, Joni. Thank you for that.
And then the click on the bell so that it pops up all the time.
Yes.
Okay. If I need help, I'm going to ask Catherine or you to help me click on the bell. I have to tell you a funny story. At church last weekend, I was the acolyte and the Eucharistic minister in Brookings, and I was supposed to follow the program of I'm up on the altar and I'm supposed to ring the bells. They say, well, follow the script. And I'm so into watching Bernie, our priest and pastor, and doing his beautiful prayers and everything. I wasn't looking at the script. And all of a sudden I hear somebody in the congregation saying, ring, ring, ring. So I picked up the bells and started to ring them because I wasn't following the bells on the paper. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. I think the Lord still heard it though.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. So we are going to have a full day of sightseeing around the Motor City today. We are going to go to beautiful Belle Isle, which is an island park, which is gorgeous. We are going to go to the River Walk, which is so gorgeous, right along the water. It's got flowers and a carousel and a nature reserve.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We are going to have dinner at a Brazilian steakhouse. So we're saving our appetite for that, which is going to be spectacular.
And related to that, we all have birthdays in July. So I've got something up my sleeve for that. They don't know about it yet, but it's going to happen.
Uh-oh, Joni's full of surprises. She brought us these shirts. Can you like step on your tippy toes and show them your shirt?
I don't have my joyously.
Oh, you're wearing none better. Okay, she brought us joyously free t-shirts for everybody. And we have banners. We have all kinds of fun stuff for our booth. So please, please, please come to our booth. We are going to have so much fun and there's going to be music. And
Yes.
I am hoping I can get my face painted. I want some sparkles painted on my face, but I've never done that. But it just
You're
looks fun.
already a sparkle. So you're just going to be adding to it.
Thank you, Joni. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That's going to be fun, but I can't wait. It's going to be just a fun fest for 2 days in a row, selling lots of books, putting this in people's hands to spread the joy and the courage and confidence, because that was one thing Catherine said from the beginning. She said, people reading this book are probably scared. They are not, maybe haven't come out yet. Maybe they'll never come out, but they need courage. And it's your decision if you come out or not.
Right.
Nobody's going to
Yeah.
force you. We're not about that. It's
No.
your business. And so this book can give you courage to just know who you are, because in Joni's, one of her first chapters, she's like, you have to come out to yourself first
Absolutely.
and know who you are and what you're all about. And you don't ever have to tell a soul.
Exactly.
But you know who you are.
Yes.
And figuring out who you are is the key to a happy life.
Oh, totally. You know, and I think that's why as we collaborated and did this book, Elizabeth and I both believe that we needed some writing prompts for people to journal and use this as a workbook. And so you can jot down your feelings or jot down your own thoughts or your own things to help you to come to whatever decision you want to come to, whether it be a better ally or an out person within the gay community or whatever. But there's some writing prompts. It's a workbook. This is such a self-help book. It's not a memoir like this one, but I must say there are some stories that didn't get put in none better that are in this one. Oh, Ellen found that out when she read it. Oh boy.
That's so fun. Stories are so inspiring because you don't necessarily have to tell someone you should do this, that, or the other.
Right.
But when you show it in a story, like how I overcame or how Joni and Carol lived a joyous life when it started 40 some years ago at a time when there were no freedoms like there are today.
Right.
And it was a scary time during the AIDS epidemic when gay people were being killed, attacked, killed, and discriminated against, and all kinds of stuff. So she shows how you can do it too, be a trailblazer and knowing who you are in your heart. Because Joni knew who she was from a little girl, that she was not straight and that she was attracted to girls and that she wanted to be a nun. So she followed her heart. And then it was time to leave the church after she fell in love with Carol and decided Jesus told her that, and Jesus loves everybody. When we talk about Jesus, it's inclusive of everyone. Said it's time to be more worldly. And here you are in the Motor City.
Yes. Yes. You know, and I think one of my favorite stories in this book is not my own and it's not Elizabeth's. It's from my sister Gail. She's my older sister. And she wrote about when she first knew that I was a lesbian, you know, and it was just heart-wrenching to read that story, Gail. And, you know, the 32 contributors in this book have so much golden wisdom, I guess I want to say, you know, golden. Oh boy, we're back to that word golden. Oh boy. Okay. You can look that one up, everybody. Yes, I am golden. Gold star.
Gold star.
Yeah. But my sister Gail, you know, and you never realize that by being the best you, the impact you make on other people, because it inspires them to be their best self. And Carol used to say that all the time, you know, we need to help people to be their best self. And so the legacy goes on. This book will travel around the world. Let's go to every country possible. Let's go to every city possible, every community, every church, every, I just want this to go into everybody's hands, you know?
I just want to add that regarding the contributors, we have a trans person, parents of a mother of a trans person, a married woman married to a man who says she's bisexual in her story, which is beautifully done.
Yes.
We have a woman who was married to a man coming out as bisexual. We have Will Jester. He's trans. His story, oh my gosh, he's 17 years old and it's so beautifully written.
18 now. Birthday was yesterday, or the 5th of June.
Happy birthday, Will.
Yes.
And then we have Charles Pugh about coming out as a very high profile Black man in Detroit, which is very Christian. We have Rodney Howell's story about him coming out and living his truth. We have a woman who's bisexual saying people force her to choose man or woman. So we have multiple angles of, we have parents of gay people.
We have allies, Bob and Diane and Sally Roy. We have my nephew Will and Brittany as allies and Gail as allies. And it's fluttered inside the book. It's fluttered with different people's their true self. That's what it is. Whatever title you want to put on it, but their true self. And that's the most important thing. And as you're writing a book, because this is also about other authors writing books, is to write your truth, to tell your truth. And it's okay, even if it goes against standards or it's out of the box. It's okay, because we as people in our world today, we need to encourage other people to excuse me. We need to encourage other people to be their true selves. And so I thank all my friends and family for being their true selves. I again thank the people in this hotel that have been so open and true to themselves. I've heard so many stories from them, but wherever you go, ask people about things and get to know them as real people. And as you know me, I'm always throwing hugs around, and yeah, you don't have to do that. That's sort of a Joni thing if you want, you know, but oh, I'm just so filled with gratitude and gratefulness, Elizabeth. I'm just so jazzed. I'm just so jazzed.
Yeah. So all my friends got mega Joni hugs last night. It was so fun. They were like, who is this lady? And they just fell in love with you.
Oh.
So it's awesome. But so I'm in the book as an ally because Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, we are allies. We are all about diverse voices of every sort. And we especially love to showcase LGBTQ plus stories. And we're living in an era of book bans and legislation that are anti-LGBTQ plus. And so we want to be a part of the progress in our country and world. And books are an extremely powerful way to be part of the change. So we're really honored to present this book, and we feel it's very, very solid. I bring my journalism skills to the table as well, because I have a master's in journalism from Columbia University, former English major at U of M, just like Catherine, University of Michigan. And so I brought all that journalism, having written in newspapers and magazines and TV, to the table, so that there's, again, very solid guidance that's really, really helpful. So we're going to wrap it up, but stay tuned, because
Say one more
of
thing.
course.
As Elizabeth was talking about writing, she wrote my press release, which is going out nationwide. It's just so cool. And many of you I've sent it to. And if you know of somebody who does need my press release, just let me know, or let Elizabeth know, because she's the writer. She and Elizabeth she and Catherine can just pour this on. And as future authors, people out there writing, get Elizabeth, get a coach, get somebody that can do those things for you, because it's just more powerful, I think, coming from a publisher and an editor and a business that is what they do. They're like #1 cheerleaders for you. Find yours.
Please, I'd love to coach you to write your book. I have a program, Write Your Book This Summer. Please go to twosisterswriting.com. Email me there. I'm a book coach. We're a publisher. We do editing. Would love, love, love to help you. So Joni, welcome to the Motor City. We are going to have an absolute ball extravaganza for 2 days. And today's sightseeing is going to be a blast and productive, because we're going to the Detroit Public Library. So welcome, and let's just know that we're going to have the most extraordinary experience this weekend.
And I thank you from the top of my heart, Catherine and Elizabeth, for making this all happen. And I look forward to meeting everybody. Here's an air hug to get ready for the real hug when it comes. But whether it's Detroit or wherever I'm going for the next 10 prides, I will see you there. Okay.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Happy reading, happy writing. And we want to see you at Motor City Pride, or at our other events, or online. Okay. Happy reading, happy writing. Bye-bye.